and all cookies and plate and milk and a dog.
I'm gonna look.
Okay, you introduce this time.
What's it called?
Hmm?
What's this called?
The
Late night snap chat.
Snapchat.
Snack chat. Right.
Snack chat.
Okay, today is what is today? Sunday the 22nd.
We don't give dates.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Start over.
I just say, hey, it's our next episode of. Okay, here's our next episode of Doug and Michelle and the Flory Story's late night snack chat.
Tonight's snack is...
Milk and cookies, the American tradition. Yes.
I tried using our stove in the RV for the first time, and the bottom's burnt and the top is raw. It's not that burnt. We'll be there in a minute.
What about the song?
If you're a good boy, get back to bed.
I'll play you a song in a minute.
Okay, Mom, I'm a good boy and I'm being nice and good.
Good. Good job.
Brush your teeth and go to the bathroom.
I wonder if we'll ever get one through these without any interruptions.
Not probably. The day we do, how about, let's make a deal. The day we get through one of these without an interruption or editing because of interruption, we will do what?
Give me a back rub.
I do that every day. That's no different than anything.
Milkshake. Baskin Robbins.
Okay, fine. A milkshake.
They're not too bad.
Not too bad. That kind of sounds like, hey, this is gross. Try this.
I like crunchy ones.
Like Ellen says.
They're crunchy, like I like.
Crunchy?
Just imagine they're Chips Ahoy.
Crunchy? Chips Ahoy are soft.
That's why you got your milk.
So, what do you want to talk about this time? We should probably have like topics.
Yeah, we should probably have
Pre-planned.
topics. This is our second week in an RV. Today marks our week 2. The ending of week 2.
That's one more than one.
We put the boys to bed and they're out there screaming.
Yeah. Mostly Max. Mostly Max.
It's Lewis.
Oh, it is?
Being naughty today.
What do you think the kids are acting? You think they're acting out because of the transition?
I do think they're acting out. Teachers out there, you know how it is. When you get a new group of kids, they test the boundaries. They see how far they can push you, how far the limits are. That's what we've been doing here. They've been testing us out. We got in trouble from the KOA that we're staying at this week. I think we told you already.
We did?
Because
Oh, yeah.
they've been doing stuff at the park and throwing rocks, touching the fish pond.
They touched the water. How dare they? Young juvenile punks.
They were being really silly sometimes.
Touching the water is not bad.
That's not bad.
I think they're just...
Who's being
I think we're...
done?
Oh, boy.
Why are you not in your bed?
Who's being done?
Well, why are you even next to Haleigh? She's in her bed already, and you're supposed to be in your bed.
That's a good time
Done.
for
Okay.
dipping the cookie in the
Maxine,
milk.
go to your bed, and I'll be there in a minute.
Who's being done?
If you're a good boy, I might let you watch a show on
Who's
my phone.
locking the door?
Okay. Tell Haleigh to come here. Go on.
So what I was saying there was...
Look how my mouth frowns down. We look so tired.
What I was saying... No spill. Wow, that was good. Okay. What? Okay. And action.
Hold on.
Okay. So
Haleigh, why are you...
Dip the cookie time again.
Get in bed.
Let's see, where were we? Oh,
You might as well start over because the last one was pretty bad.
no, I just figured you're gonna have to do a lot of editing.
Okay.
Or Carter or whoever. Alright, so what I was saying was, okay, our kids are kind of, what did I say? The kids responding to the transition.
Testing the limits.
Testing the limit. Yeah, that's what you were saying. I think what we're learning is that kids are adapting and changing to the new way we're living in a lot of good ways. But I also think in some ways they're acting out in a little bit. But I think there's also a certain audience that does this RV full-time kind of thing. And a lot of the videos you see out there are like videos like about like our family or young families, and they go out and they explore the world and, you know, they live, right? But then there's this whole other audience you don't necessarily see or think of when you're new to this.
The old people.
The old grumpy people who are here full time, but they are stationary more than
Some
they
are stationary, but
Well, some of them are
some
mobile,
of them are old and grumpy.
but some of them are, the ones that are stationary, they seem like they think like, this is my turf, and why are you bringing kids onto my turf? And your little hooligans are causing trouble, and all of a sudden property values are dropping because you have a child. And it's hard to distinguish what you're going to get until they start acting out. Those
There's
people.
a difference. There's rascals, and then there's punks.
With kids or old people?
With the kids. Rascals get into trouble, are boys, play with sticks. Punks graffiti, scratch people's cars.
Max won't get in bed. He's right there.
Max, Flory, go get in bed. If you want a song, brush your teeth, go to the bathroom. Haleigh, do not put another child in a headlock.
I'm not.
I shouldn't even have to make that statement.
I'm not.
Really?
He walked out.
Michelle was...
Before, you were trying to get him back to bed.
Huh?
Okay, let's do it the later.
Just... Come on. Okay, edit number 5612. Okay, rascals and hoodlums, he said, I think. Rascals and punks? Rascals are kids who are just being kids, and they kind of... They learn, they grow, they're boys.
Punks are the ones you watch out for. I don't think our kids are punks.
No, they're not. Of course, every parent probably thinks that as they're watching this, and we say that, but
Maybe.
I think you can often tell the difference, regardless if it's your child or not, if a kid's a rascal or a punk.
Okay,
Punks
so
go out of their way to kind of test the limits and just continue to do whatever it is they shouldn't be doing. Rascals will
I just think Lewis has been a little bit of a punk.
I think...
And Max.
Lewis?
He's been testing.
Yeah, he's been
Major.
testing, but he hasn't been a punk. Really?
He's
Max
gone a little
is-
bit past the rascal.
Max is always testing the limits.
Okay, so back to our 2 weeks. So far, in our first 2 weeks, we've gone across a couple states. We've had some awesome high moments. There's been a lot of low moments that I'm discouraged about.
Not a lot, just a few. Just a few. Not a lot.
A few, but the few are
Two.
major.
Oh yeah, but it's still a few. And they're all just related to transportation with the truck.
We still haven't quite figured out the cooking situation very well here. We've had flu.
Yeah.
We've had car trouble. We've been having a hard time adjusting our work hours and getting all the work done. We're still learning what it's like to live on top of each other all the time with all the people in one squished location. I do think we're getting better at like staggering showers.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't mind that.
Can you, what?
I don't mind you snuggling up.
Oh,
The 6 kids sitting on your head, that's what I mind.
okay. And the dog.
Yeah, I am kind of sick of the dog sleeping on our bed. You like it, I hate it.
We've got to find a place for him. He's been a good dog. He's really been very good on this whole trip.
He's been very good.
And he's gotten used to he likes traveling in the car. He's pretty good about that. He really hasn't done anything in the RV that's been just, dog behavior, I guess, or leaving his marks and stuff like that. He's been really
He's
good
been
about
very
it.
good.
Waiting and going outside, going for walks. He really likes that. And he seems to know, like, when we're going on the trip, okay, I'm going to hop in, and he likes
Yeah,
it.
he's good at that.
He's excited.
Why don't we say five pros and 5 cons about our first 2 weeks?
Together or each?
Each.
Oh,
Okay, together. Pro number 1, we figured out how to use the washer and dryer, and we're getting pretty good at the laundromat, which are at the RV parks because it's faster. And Doug actually can get a lot of work done while he's doing that. Right?
yeah, we've learned both of those. It's
Number
been-
2, we've organized our clothes so that things are kind of put away. We still have to do the bathrooms. I still have to decorate a little bit more. And I still need to do what was left? The bathrooms and
I think that was it.
the kitchen's done.
Electronics.
Electronics, that was it. Charging station.
That's me.
Pro number 3. We sold our house, and so now we are officially homeless, even though this is our home. It just doesn't quite feel like it yet. It's like it.
There's got to be another word for this.
We don't have a home, but we have this home on wheels.
Nomadic?
Yeah. It's just a weird feeling that we never had before. What are we on, number 4?
No, it's independent
Location.
Independent, right?
Yeah.
That's where we are.
We're
not homeless.
transient. Isn't that the word?
No, that's not a good word either. Transient sounds like homeless people who just wander from city to city.
That's what we do.
Yeah, we do. But we have
We are currently in Denver.
But we
area,
have-
Colorado Springs. We spent the day in Denver.
means of taking care of ourselves. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Those transients don't. They just kind of panhandle, and move on. There's got to be a word for that. Maybe we need to make up a sniglet for it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the word sniglet?
Sniglet.
Yeah.
Okay. Pro number 4 of our first 2 weeks. We got to see some really cool stuff.
Yeah. Stuff you wouldn't get to see if we were sitting at home.
Mm-hmm.
Our
But-
kids have seen lots of fun stuff, and
Con.
they've liked it. They've seen some museums, learned
The
some
con
stuff.
about that though is.
Natural parks. Why are you picking my ears in the middle of a video?
Sorry.
That is
I'm
disgusting.
noticing all the things about you.
Here, let me get that for you.
I'm like. I'm
What
like
is this?
a monkey.
You got something in your hand.
I'm like one of those monkeys that grooms their mate. Stop. Actually, that feels good.
Don't do that. That's disgusting.
Okay, sorry. Okay, the con though about that is, what were we saying? The pro is we got to see
We've
some
seen
cool
a
stuff,
lot.
but the con is between the cool moments, there's a lot of boring moments. So
Yeah.
people think, oh, they must be out adventuring all the time, climbing mountains, visiting museums, but
It's kind of like,
there's like maybe 1 or 2 highlights every couple days, and then the rest of it's the travel, the waiting, the living, laundry, working.
yeah, but I think we try to be transparent about the good and the bad.
I think it's surprising though, to the kids, like how much time. Like I told them, we're taking a fall break, 1 or 2 weeks, no school until we get the homeschool thing going. And they've been pretty bored. Like we need to start it because they're not used to having so much free time. And they're just bored. There's just moments when they're in the car a lot, or they've been having a hard time finding things to do.
But they've gotten pretty good about understanding it's a long drive. We have to be patient. I
Yeah.
can play a game. I can watch a show, sing songs, or whatever. Look at where we're going.
That's another con. We've been trying to do...
It's a con that they learn patience?
No, it reminded me that another con in the past 2 weeks is we've been trying to do long drives that are about 4 or 5 hours, which ends up to be RV time 7 or 8 hours. And so it's just a really long day, and we've had to set up the RV at night in the dark like 3 times. And I really hate doing that. It's hard to see, everyone's grumpy, everyone's tired, everyone's hungry. And anyway, we need to do the shorter drives again.
By everyone, I think she means
No, the
plural I.
You're in a van, you're in a truck with a dog
I've had the
and a
kids
country
with me
music
several
station
times.
and a giant Pepsi and milk duds, pulling an RV, and
I've had-
I'm in the van with 6 kids,
I've had
grumpy, screaming,
I've
crying,
had the kids with
headlocking.
me a few times.
What does sit on the road?
Come here,
Okay, come here, Max.
you get to sit in our video.
Sit right here. Max,
You just sit there and look
look
cute.
at that, okay? Look, who's that?
Just look nice.
Who is that handsome dude right there? What's your name?
Max.
Max. How do you spell your name?
M-A-X-T-O. Wait,
Wait, where's the X?
wait, what's the circle?
What's your
Yeah.
name? How do you spell it?
X.
He's been saying M-A-X-T-O-Y.
No, 1-1.
1-1 at the
1-1.
end.
Yeah. That,
Okay.
we're learning our
Maxwell?
letters and our numbers.
Maxwell has a 1-1 at
Okay.
the end.
A-M-A-X-T-Y. 1-1.
Oh,
That's really close.
That's
It's
pretty
a
good.
W-E.
1-1.
1-1 looks like an L.
M-A-X-W-E-L.
We're gonna work on that this week, huh?
Yep, yeah, but I don't have this name.
He knows his colors and his numbers and his shapes.
Okay, back to our topic.
Say it. Right, Max?
But
Okay.
but I don't know what this letter is.
That's an
That's a-
Q?
I don't
That
know.
looks like a Q.
Miss Guys never told that letter for
Miss
me.
Guys.
Miss Guys never told
Say
that
hi to Miss
letter.
Guys. Hi,
Hi,
Miss
Miss
Guys.
guys.
We're not going to send this to Miss
She might
Guys.
see
are we?
it though.
We were gonna send her a
We're
video
going
of the
to
city of
send-
Maxwell, but it was so small we drove right past it.
Yeah.
So we never
couldn't
got to
even
send
find
her
it.
the
It was so
video.
small.
Did you find it before?
I saw the road sign, but I never found the city.
Yeah, but Mom said he found the Mom said he found the Maxwell sidewalk.
I did too. Yeah.
Okay, back to our video.
Okay, let's watch.
We were on pros and cons. 1 more pro, 4 more cons. 3 more cons.
The other thing that this
Wait, be in the
kind of
video.
allows us to do is be able to like see relatives or friends or family.
We have seen some
that
friends
we
and family. That's fun.
normally don't get to.
I've had fun with that.
Dad, look really in the video.
He's okay. He's right there.
I've had a lot of fun with that. I hope we keep doing that.
So
That's like one of my highlights.
I got to see some of my relatives this year. I haven't seen in like 20 years. So that was good.
Okay, another con. I think there's 3 left. I don't know.
I think we've said 3 or 4. Do we actually have to have 5 and
Feel
5?
good?
Can we just...
Does it?
Give me a minute. I'm sure I could think of some.
Does it feel good? Does it?
Maxie, you're scratching Willie?
Hmm.
Willy Wonka's looking sleepy.
You're not supposed to be looking at the cute kid and the cute dog.
I know,
You're
but
supposed to be looking
he's
right
talking
there.
and I can't help it, and he's cute. Okay,
To me or him?
yeah, both of you.
Even he has cute eyes, right?
What?
Even he has cute eyes, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's listen. Okay, Mom and I are talking. All right. Repairs, like sometimes it takes repairs a while, and you have to actually take the trailer in. And there's not
Yeah,
somebody
talk
who can
about
just
that.
come to
Talk
your
about the
house.
RV repairs. That's a pain.
Because when you live in a sticks and bricks, it's like,
Hi.
oh hi, I'll just call the plumber. I'll just call the maintenance man. I'll just call the.
They call it the S&B house, the sticks and bricks house. You can call maintenance people, but for RVs,
You can call people to cut your yard. You can call people to, fix the fireplace or whatever the task is.
And the
With an
garbage
RV,
man.
oh, yeah, and the garbage man comes too. And when you live in an RV, though, you have to take it
Even the
to.
glass man.
Okay, thank you.
yeah, you have to take it in and they have to wait. Like right now, we called to get some repairs and they said, we've got availability in January. And it's October right now. So we have this
Hi.
leak coming out of our toilet. And
Hi.
we can't wait 3 months. So we've been trying to figure out how to fix it or how to take it
And
in.
the thing I'm learning is it's not just that location that's like that. It's Seems like it's just a universal shortage of RV mechanics and repairmen.
Be quiet. They're being loud.
What are you talking about?
Laughing.
They're being loud.
Okay, now can you be nice, please? We'll go to bed in a minute. But there's like a shortage of RV repairmen and stuff. Seems like it'd be a good career path for anybody who's interested in that kind of field. Yeah. But sometimes it takes a while to get things fixed, and sometimes you can fix things, but other times you're like, I don't even know how that thing works, or where it's located, or what did you just say? So you can't always fix it, and you have to depend upon a professional person to do something. But that's been kind of frustrating sometimes, because then you gotta also hook it up, pull it in, drop it off.
We are getting pretty fast about the hookup, setup,
We're getting really good.
breakdown.
Man. Yeah, we're getting pretty good. I think when we first started, we were telling everybody, oh yeah, it's like 4 hours, but we've gotten it down to like
45 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
Not bad.
That's pretty good, especially considering how much stuff we have, and how big our rig is, and how many people we have. That's pretty good. And everybody has their little role.
I think we have 8 families.
Yeah, we have 8 people. Huh?
You don't want to talk about the current truck problem we are here experiencing?
So my truck started driving weird, and I noticed it as we were about to leave, and then took it into a mechanic, and he's looking at it right now. So this week hopefully we'll find out what the problem is, but I think it has something to do with the transmission. Not sure if it's because, you know, sometimes you buy a truck that has a few miles on it. Maybe, you know, the person before you knew about it or didn't know about it. You never know. Or maybe it's, you know, just chalk it up to using it and having it at a certain period where it's possible that at that time that those things could happen, or you could chalk it up to the possibility of learning things when you're doing something new. So we're trying to figure that out right now. Hopefully we'll...
Be more specific. You're talking in generalities. What exactly could be wrong with it and why?
Well, maybe the transmission. Something might be wrong with the transmission.
Because of why? The fluid was totally empty, so maybe...
Well, the fluid wasn't empty. It was low, but then the people that I took it to, they filled it up. Turns out you're not supposed to just top it off. You're supposed to drain it and put new stuff in there and let it run its...
But they didn't break it. It was broken before that.
Yeah, but they told me, oh yeah, it's all fine. And we topped it off for you. Then I took it into a specialist to get his opinion. And when the specialist did it, he took it out and like, I didn't know you could do this, but he like smelled it. And he said he smelled some kind of burning of something. I can't smell it, so...
Let's pause here about the smell. Doug's Parkinson's, one of the symptoms is no smell. And that has become a problem in the past 2 weeks because he didn't smell a problem with the car. He hasn't smelled the problems with our sewer.
That's a pro.
For you. But sometimes the kids, like today, sometimes if you don't do something with the black tank, it can smell and back up into the trailer. So we had forgotten to put the little... they have these tablets that you can put in the tanks to make them smell good, and we forgot to do that last time. So the whole house stunk today, and the kids were like, oh man, it stinks. And Doug's like, what? Like, every time it happens, I'm like, Doug, why didn't you notice? And he's like, I can't smell.
Yeah.
That has come in handy when he's doing emptying the tanks, because then if something happens, he can't smell, and it's not a big deal. But to everyone else, it's a pain.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, when are you going to clean that?
Today.
So anyway, we hope to get the truck fixed because we were supposed to be heading north before winter, and now we're delayed a week, and I'm really sad that it's probably going to affect our route that we had planned.
We could do that now.
And so we just aren't giving any thought to our route right now till the truck's fixed.
Yeah, could definitely change how where we go next.
Yes.
Because we're going to start entering winter, snow, cold season pretty quick. The areas up north. So we might have to make some changes.
Max,
Turn south.
back to your
Say goodnight, Max.
good night.
When are you going to snow?
I'm going to be there in a minute.
So to finalize this little snack chat, which you haven't even eaten at.
Yeah. No, I dipped while you were yelling at the kids.
Oh, good.
And they were interrupting and stuff.
To summarize the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ran out of pros and cons, but it has been really big the past 2 weeks because Doug had an anniversary. He had an anniversary for our church. He has been a member of our church for 20 years. And we also had our
Yeah.
wedding anniversary
Yeah.
of 19
I
years.
think that means I get the pin set at the 20th year, right?
I don't know.
Pen and pencil? I think it's in the mail.
Free watch.
Yeah.
And we got to come back to the place we met.
Yep.
And
And
we
I
got-
took her to her favorite restaurant.
I got to enjoy
I
that
took
twice.
her on a date at another place, a Mexican restaurant in Denver. And we've seen a lot of things that, we saw your old house where your mom and dad lived when they moved here, and you and Tiffany and Scott lived there.
I got to show the
For a
kids
while.
some of the places where we dated and fell in love. That was fun.
Yeah, we did. And we told the kids we made out for a long time, and they kept going around repeating, they made out for like 20 minutes.
Try 4 hours.
Yeah, it was more like maybe
I came in at 3 in the morning on our first date. Never did that before.
Probably should edit that part out. Kids might watch it, and then they'll hold it against us when they're dating. What's the problem? You did it your first date, 3 hours.
That's really what happened.
I know, that's what happened.
I
but
wasn't a high schooler. I was graduating college.
Still,
Don't do that at home, kids.
I probably shouldn't have done that. Sorry, Deanne. Kept you up.
We got 6 kids. They shouldn't be shocked.
Well, yeah, but they're going to hold it against us one day. You did it on your first date, why can't I do it?
Can they think any lower than us? We're down by the river.
No, I'm talking about our kids.
Oh.
Alright, we got to get the monkeys down to the zoo. Turn it off.
That's a nice way to exit.
Right?
Turn it off.
The monkeys are taking over the zoo.
Okay, till next time. We survived the first 2 weeks. We'll see you in the next 2.
Bye.